From a childbirth tool to a forest killer. Let's get into it. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Hidden History with Frank Strickland. We've all seen it. A rugged lumberjack, alone in the woods, a blur of spinning steel and sawdust. The unmistakable roar of a chainsaw. It's the sound of progress, of clearing the way, of taming the wild. But if you think the tool was born in the forest, you've got another thing coming. The real story of the chainsaw began not with a lumberjack, but with a doctor. Way back in the 1700s, in the hallowed halls of medicine in Scotland, two brilliant minds were at work. Dr. John Aiken and Dr. James Jeffrey weren't thinking about felling trees. No, they were thinking about a miracle, a mother giving birth. You see, in those days, if a baby was too big or the mother's pelvis was too narrow, the options were grim. Surgeons would use small, sharp knives or rigid saws to cut bone and cartilage to widen the birth canal. The procedure was slow, painful, and often deadly. They needed a better way, a more precise and less barbaric way. And so, they looked not to the lumberyard, but to the workbench. They designed a flexible hand-crank device with a tiny serrated chain that could be maneuvered more easily around bone. A tool to perform symphysiotomy, to give a struggling mother and her child a chance at life. The first chainsaw was a medical instrument, a last-ditch effort for a new life. Now, their invention was a vast improvement, but the surgical methods of the day were still, well, crude. And so, the tool never quite found its fame. Instead, it was improved upon, refined for bone surgery, and used by doctors for decades without a single tree ever knowing its name. And then, nearly 150 years later, the story takes a turn. In Germany, a mechanical engineer by the name of Andreas Still was watching forestry workers struggle with axes and two-man saws. He saw the back-breaking labor, the slow progress, and he had an idea. He thought to himself, the saw must go to the tree, not the tree to the saw. He took that old medical concept, a cutting chain on a loop, and married it to a powerful gasoline engine. It was heavy, it was loud, and it took two men to operate, but it worked. And in that moment, the tool that was once used to help bring life into the world was reborn. And that, my friends, is our hidden history. Take care, everybody.